Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's almost 10 o'clock on August 7th. And yeah, some pretty bad thunderstorms off to the west. You can see them really boiling over eastern Pennsylvania and the mid-Atlantic, Maryland, the Philadelphia area. Got pounded by some really bad thunderstorms, including tornado warnings. We'll have to see if any tornadoes touch down at all. But our area just dealing with a rainy mess right now. If we look at the PVI, WPVI, Action News 6, you'll see here severe thunderstorm bring down trees throughout the Delaware Valley region. I'm not going to play the video, but you'll see it was a big mess here. Trees got damaged. This could have been straight line winds or possible tornadoes. We'll have to wait till tomorrow until the investigations are complete. Looking at the power outage situation, there's quite a few people without power in Pennsylvania right now. 170,259 people without power, and again, it's mainly in that southeastern area. Chester County alone has over 39,000 people without power. Lehigh over 20,000, and Northampton over 20,000. So some of these areas really got hit hard. Maryland as well got hit hard. They're in the red too. 109,000 without power, and you could see Carroll County, almost half the county out of power. So this is how bad these storms were, and we're going to have to see if it was straight line winds or tornadoes, though judging by the way that line was bowing, I'm leaning towards straight line winds. You can see the outages stretch also into North Carolina, Georgia. This line affected a large area. Tennessee and New Jersey also has 20,000 people without power, mainly in Hunterdon County, it looks like. So the western parts of the state getting hit hard by that line before it just completely fell apart and turned into a rainy western mess. Western New York, Lewis County also has a fairly large outage, but for the most part, wow, we have 233 people without power in Queens, which is kind of surprising. But other than that, not really that impacts on our area. We're not that much. Looking at the radar, you'll see here, not a whole lot going on. We just have this rainy mess over our area right now. And you can see this is the actual front right here. There are a few more showers and thunderstorms, nothing severe over there. And this line kind of affected the whole East Coast. We have more severe weather going on in Kansas, but we're going to mainly focus on the severe weather that's going on tonight. And we're going to go to the radar rewind. Let's do the radar rewind. Yeah, we'll do it from here. So we'll show you what happened today. And we'll start it earlier, like 4 o'clock. All right, so you can see this line getting together here. You can see this line right over here. And if you look, you can see how it stretches all throughout the whole east. This line right here. So we follow its progress. Now we go to 5 o'clock. And you see it's really ramping up around Atlanta. And this is the area we're going to focus on, though, is this area right here where there's a bowing. 6 o'clock, you can clearly see a really strong bowing. And look at that, right around Lancaster. Could be a tornado right there. Looking at that kink right there. You can see that bowing. That indicates very strong straight line winds. Here we are. Here we see it approaching Philadelphia right around 7 o'clock. We even saw white, which indicates some hail. There was a tornado warning for a time for Philadelphia. We don't know if there was a tornado that touched down there or not. Line still holding together at 7:10, and they issue severe thunderstorm warnings for much of New Jersey, which is also under a tornado watch. I think that's dropped now. And then by 8 o'clock, yeah, it fizzles. Doesn't even make it to Tom's River. And then we just have this rainy mess that we have going on right now. So yeah, it was a pretty significant event for that area, but our area did not really see anything. We still have some ongoing warnings in Maryland and Delaware, but again, that's not our area, so we don't have to worry about that. As far as the day we had, it's just a humid, gray, gloomy kind of day. Not much sun. We had these clouds overhead, pretty much. Not much sun at all. It was peaked out for a little bit right around 7 o'clock, and that was it. So let's go look at our current conditions outside right now. We'll go to the weather and hazards map. All right, so you can see all those. You can see all the heat in the south. We still have one severe thunderstorm watch around Albany, and tornado watch still in Delaware, as well as severe thunderstorm watches and look at that, a pretty big warning there for the coast of North Carolina. So let's look at our observations here. And you'll see here, winds are pretty strong. It's gotten gusty. You got a very strong southerly flow. We've had breezy conditions all day. And that indicates the energy in the atmosphere ahead of this front. South wind at 16, gusting to 20. Still pretty humid out there with dew point at 73, 75. But I'm kind of curious to look at some of the observations where these storms hit, and see if there are any really strong wind gusts reported at these stations, like Wilmington, for instance. And we'll have to go back and look at that. And again, we'll have to go back and see if we can find any storm reports for that. It's not really our area, so I'm not really going to talk about it too much. It's kind of, not really New York. It's more of a mid-Atlantic thing. And this doesn't even want to load. So I'll wait for that to load. We'll go look at our highs. And you can see highs. You can see much off to the west, it was much warmer. They had mid-80s, and that versus the upper 70s along the coast here. And that's why the storms kind of weakened as they made their way eastward toward the coast. Let's go look at our lows. Still waiting for this, huh? All right, so you see lows generally around 70 degrees. Still waiting for this. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that site. We'll try it again. I'd just like to know some wind gusts. And, of course, the weather's... I wish the KDIX weather page had some storm reports. Let's see. Maybe we can get some storm reports from their page. This is a look at the radar here when it was moving through again. Well, I don't want to go to Facebook. You'll have to see. Yeah, this is the line. There's actually a good look here at the line coming through. Clearly see how it just kind of fizzled. There. Yeah, look at that. How it... look at that rotation right there. Right over there. There was definitely rotation there. There could have been a tornado in there. I think it was a good bet that we had a tornado somewhere. Let's go to the text products and see if maybe we can get some wind gust reports from here. Maybe they have some local storm reports, because I really would like to see the wind gusts here. But, they don't put a link up to any of this. Local storm reports. Let's see if we can get some local storm reports. All right, thunderstorm wind damage in Philadelphia. We have to go. You have to keep doing it this way. Older version. I'd like to find some wind gusts. Thunderstorm wind damage in multiple trees down. But no, I think it's the public information statement that would have. And now it's not. All right, public information statement. Let's try that. Maybe it would have some wind gusts for us. Nope. All right. We'll have to try it. I'm curious as to how strong these winds were, because I have a feeling, well, we can actually do this. Let's try this. Wind gusts. And the problem is, it's latest. I got to go to historical, I think, and then maybe we could do since 4 p.m. Let's see if we can get some wind gust reports that way. Nothing that remarkable on here, but I don't think this is showing up everything. I really don't. No, there's no way that the winds had to be much stronger than that. The storms are pretty bad. So let's go to the station plots again, and we'll try to pull up Wilmington one more time, because I'm really curious. We'll try a different... Oh, it got screwed up. I got to refresh this thing. Such a pain. They don't make it easy to get information. It's like they don't want you getting the information. Let's see if we can load this. All right, so let's see. I'm trying to see when the storm came. Yeah, only a wind gust of 20. Oh, here's the storm right here. Yeah, 55-mile-an-hour wind gust. I don't know why that thing doesn't work, but yeah, they had a 55-mile-an-hour wind gust at Philadelphia International. That is very impressive. So that's the kind of damage you had, and I'm sure that there are some stronger wind gusts out there from this line when it came through. I'm kind of curious. Let's see if we can find Lancaster. We have some of those areas where there was a lot of power outages, like over here. Chester County, that was one of the counties that got hit hard. Let's see what we got here. No, I don't see anything remarkable there on their wind meter. But Philadelphia definitely got it. Here's Lancaster. Let's try Lancaster. Let's see what they got. 43-mile-an-hour wind gust, actually, with the storm. So, yeah, but I think 55 is a good bet. It's a widespread, looks like straight-line wind damage, but, again, there could have been tornadoes in here. And like I said, we're just going to have to wait and find out the information here. So let's focus on the rest of the weather going on. I'll talk about this more in tomorrow's weather update, or I'll put another video if I find out any more information tonight about the damage from the storm. You can see some pretty strong wind gusts in our area. South-southwest of 24, gusting to 30 miles an hour. So it's pretty strong winds. Not a very nice tonight to be out there with the rain and the wind. Though it's not coming down that heavy. It's light rain, generally moderate, maybe at times. This is all from an approaching cold front that we're going to have coming through. Looking at the Storm Prediction Center, you can see the East Coast there lit up, though, like I said, it's starting to die down for our area. I'll just look at tomorrow here, because tomorrow the severe weather risk will still be around for parts of the South and the Midwest. And look at that, it's still having a marginal risk east end of Long Island and New England there. Interesting. I don't know why they're doing that, but when we go look at the models, I guess that'll explain it. Let's go to the... We got to talk about the smoke, too, but I'm going to kind of put that toward the end. So let's go to the... here's your low-pressure system here going through the Great Lakes, bringing that front through. Fair weather tomorrow, but I guess as that low kind of goes through New England, in the morning at least, that's where there could be a marginal risk for some severe weather. Other than that, you can see a strong northwest flow, those tight isobars there. We'll have that into Wednesday. And then the next system approaches, giving us our next rain chance for Thursday. Low pressure comes in, and then we have another front come through and bring us nice weather for Friday. Saturday, most of Saturday looks okay, though we could have some rain chances as we get towards Sunday as another system kind of moves through there. So that's what it looks like for the week ahead. And then getting into next week, another high pressure builds in. So it looks like we do have fronts coming through at a good pace, which means it shouldn't allow any of the heat to build too much. Let's go to the HRRR model. Here's the HRRR. So you can see it's still popping up some showers and thunderstorms overnight. So we still have to wait for this drier air to bleed. And as far as tomorrow goes, it's still a risk of something isolated. And it could be strong to severe, whatever forms. It looks like mainly midday it would form. And then we're in the northwest flow. You could see that Wednesday, northwest flow. So let's go look at our dew points, and you'll see the dew points come down. Obviously very humid tonight, but as we get those westerly winds coming in tomorrow, the dew points start dropping by the afternoon. It's to our west first, from west to east, and then as we get into Wednesday, dew points drop into the 50s, so it should feel much more comfortable. Temperatures won't cool down much tonight and tomorrow. Will probably be in the low 80s. And then at night we'll drop into the mid-60s, except here, of course. And then warmer for Wednesday, we'll probably have low to mid-80s on Wednesday. We want to go beyond that and look at the temperatures and the dew points just to show the fronts. I don't really want to focus too much on this. You'll see here's the drying out. But as we get toward Thursday, the winds go a little more southwest again. Then we have a front come through on Friday, improving conditions, especially by the afternoon. The drier air building in. But then we see the humidity kind of start returning by Saturday. Like Saturday, that brings our next rain chance. Another front comes through Sunday into Monday, and then next week we have the cooler air coming in. But it looks like the fronts might get hung up to the south just by looking at this, but it's kind of hard to tell that far out. But temperatures going into Wednesday, again, GFS is trending a little warmer, mid to upper 80s, perhaps close to 90. Which might be more likely. Thursday's a cooler day because we'll have more cloud cover and rain chances. And then Friday, we warm up again into the low to mid 80s. And then for the weekend, you see maybe some heat building over Jersey, but not for us. Sunday could be hot ahead of that cold front. And then we get that cold front to come through on Monday, and we'll have a little bit of heat. And then much better conditions as we get toward midweek next week. I don't really want to go out that far. Skies, obviously, this doesn't cover the smoke. But tomorrow there'll probably be partly sunny skies, a little more sun than today. It won't be quite as gray. But Wednesday, we may have some clouds. It's trying to show some clouds. We may also have some smoke. That's something we got to talk about. More clouds for Thursday. Friday, we'll have to see if we clear it out or not. This is kind of hard to say on this model what's going to happen. Let's go to the RGEM for clouds. I just want to get this quickly out of the way. So you'll see there'll be some sun tomorrow, partly sunny skies, passing clouds. I think Wednesday's a better bet for some sun. And then Thursday we'll have more high clouds coming in. But the smoke is a whole nother story, and that's, I guess, the next thing we got to talk about. So, let's go to the let's go to the northern Canada, northern U.S. Here, there is a lot of smoke. So here, take a look at this. So you see this whole, yeah, you see all this smoke that's going to come down here. This is the smoke we're going to get to deal with. So yeah, you can see it here. You can see a lot of it. Look at that. Especially at that frame. That last frame there really shows how thick it is. Yeah, look at that. You can clearly see where the smoke is heading. So if we draw it, I mean, you can see it's going all the way. It's going to come all the way down, right in toward us. So that is coming down to the country, especially with the troughs coming through. So unfortunately, even though we'll have these cold fronts come through, they will not be accompanied by clean air, or we're going to have a lot of smoke from these fires that are still going on. Let's take a couple of other satellite loops here to show you all these fires going on here. Let's do southeastern Alaska first. So you can see, look at all those fires going. Lots of fires going all throughout North. I mean, it's just covered in smoke. It's incredible. And then we'll look at Alaska, which is also dealing with a lot of wildfires now, just covered in wildfire smoke, and that's all being pushed into the Arctic, which is all very disturbing. Clearly see that southerly flow there. That's pushing it into the Arctic, which is pretty crazy to think about. So let's go look at the MODIS satellite next. So this is the MODIS satellite, and you can see here all the wildfire smoke that's all shrouding all over Alaska, into the Arctic, and there may be some fires in Quebec that we can't see burning under these clouds, perhaps, that we're going to start seeing as this front. I think we'll have a better view of them tomorrow. But you can see this is all wildfire smoke that's going to be heading our way. So let's go to the smoke. Excuse me, smoke model. And you'll see here, this is the vertically integrated smoke model, and you'll see the smoke start to work its way in. Maybe not so much tomorrow, but I think as we get to it Wednesday, you're going to notice it. There's going to be some smoke around, though it may not be too. It's very hard to tell, but considering all the smoke that's here and all the smoke that's here. Oh, we have smoke here too from Siberia as well. So, considering all this smoke, I don't see how we're going to get a nice sky. Maybe, but I know my hopes aren't too high for a nice blue sky. This is the near surface smoke, and we'll even have some of that too. So you'll start smelling smoke. I think Wednesday is going to be a little bit on the smoky side. You can see that light surface smoke there that we have, and that's actually coming from Quebec, I think. So those fires are still going, and we had a lot of lightning there yesterday, and that's the other thing actually I wanted to look at here. Kind of close this up a little bit, but I kind of wanted to look at Look at all this, and you got lots of smoke in Siberia too. All over the Arctic, it's covered in smoke. And that is just really bad for the ice. So maybe it'll protect the ice. I don't know. I think it darkens the ice and it's going to lead to more melting. But anyway, yeah, let me go back to this. And let's see if I can go to that Canada Northern U.S. one again. Wish they had one for Eastern Canada. They did not. It's the Canada GLM flash intensity. Yeah, this is the one. So we're going to just run this for a 36 frame loop, and you can see there's quite a bit of lightning going on here in Quebec. Oh, lots of lightning. That's not good. This is actually Ontario. My mistake. There's some lightning in Quebec. So this is going to start more wildfires, and I think we're going to be dealing with lots more smoke, unfortunately. It's the smoke all over the place. I mean, look at this. I mean, look over here. I mean, look at the Pacific view. If I could go to goes west. Yeah, let me get the west one. Let's look at this. Oh, it doesn't go that far north. I think there's a whole bunch of smoke up here. That's like a whole... Is that smoke coming from Siberia? Oh, man. Let's see. There should be one for Asia. I don't have one for Asia. They have Hawaii. Northern Pacific. We'll try this Northern Pacific loop. Maybe that'll show it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see it all. This kind of shows it pretty well. There's a little smoke over here. I think that's coming from Siberia. So, yeah, get ready for more wildfire smoke. That's all I have to say. It's going to get worse before it gets... We still have the fires going on the West Coast. Yeah, let me look at that, too. I mean, it's nuts. I'm telling you. All right, U.S. Pacific Coast. Well, one more satellite here. Kind of show you these. Yeah, you can see you can see some smoke over here. Looks like that fire in Southern California is these in Oregon are also going here as well. But we'll talk more about that tomorrow. We'll have a little more information as to where the smoke is going to go. But yeah, it was a pretty impressive storm that hit. And actually, there's just one more thing I want to look at here before I end this weather update. So I just wanted to show you this Philadelphia camera here before we wrap up this weather update and show you the wind gusts that came through with this storm. You'll see it here in a minute. You can see the winds just really howling here as the storm comes in. I don't know if it has shelf or not, but you can see the rain's really just... These are some very strong wind gusts here coming in right now. Just wanted to show you what it looked like. It was pretty impressive. Unfortunately, the camera's facing the wrong way. It's facing away from the storm coming in, but you can sort of see the heavy rain. The really strong... the camera's shaking. I mean, that's... Yeah, those are some 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts at least, and I'm sure that they could be probably winds higher than that. And again, there was a tornado warning with this storm for the city of Philadelphia. That does not happen every day that you see a tornado warning in Philadelphia. Yeah, quite an impressive storm there coming in there to Philadelphia. And you can see the heavy rain, very strong winds, decent amount of lightning too. Really, yeah, this is impressive. So I figured I'd show you this a little bit, and if I have more information on what those storms, I'll include them tomorrow or maybe in another update tonight. Though we'll probably have to wait for tomorrow to find out if any tornadoes touch down, but I won't be surprised if some did. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Have a good night.